me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase it? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
What's shaking, people? It's your girl Spring. Sit back and relax, you are now rocking with the best. Have you checked out AIM controllers? The absolute best controller in the game, from customization to branding and more. With a lifetime warranty, why not invest in something that's worth it? The best controller for the best deals. Make sure to use code DOOM at checkout. Links in the description. That's code DOOM for awesome discounts. This is your DSG brand ambassador, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go! It's the weekly wrap-up where we give you the news. Break it down bite-sized so it's easier to consume. Discussing the hottest game and start up what's coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction, live viewers call in. No cap, conversation, we going all in. It's the weekly wrap-up, so enjoy the show. You're now rocking with the best. Let the good times roll. Come on! What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD, back with another YouTube video. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best, and it is the weekly wrap-up, people. Man, you already know it's about to go down. It was an interesting week. Got some things to talk about. Like Marvel's Avengers actually had dropped some news, and it's not a skit, so we can actually speak about the game today. Gotham Knights. We've got a whole. We got a whole lot to talk about Gotham Knights. God of War, whoa, that just dropped and has been going crazy. And we're going to just speak a little tiny bit about Wakanda Forever. No spoilers, of course, we're going to keep it 100. But let's get right on into this show. My dude, my guy, who's going to be kind of co-hosting with me tonight because I am not 100% as far as my physicals, but my dude Stardust got the slack on that. Was good with it, my dude?
Yeah, I didn't know you were talking about me. So I was doing a little dance in the background, and if you were like brought on someone, so I didn't know if Slip was doing it, for example, and Slip came on, I would have just dropped my hands like, oh. So I'm glad you meant me. Hey everyone, how you doing? How you doing, Doom?
I'm good, bro. I mean, I've been better, but I'm good. I'm good. Let's get it popping, baby. Last but not least, on the panel, I mean, it's definitely not last, come to think of it, but for this portion where we're talking about Gotham Knights, God of War, and Avengers, no, I'm sorry, Avengers and Gotham Knights, because we're bringing on somebody else for God of War. But we're going to bring on the Q Chaos Kitty and just get all of the hot takes that we can possibly stomach, you know what I'm saying? So say hello to the people, Kitty.
Hello to the people.
Hey, Kitty.
Hey, Star.
Yo,
Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday yet. Not yet. On the 17th.
Ooh, that's an interesting day, bro. That's an interesting day. You know what I'm saying?
I hope I get a really good birthday present, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. Let's go ahead and get on right into the news, and we're not gonna you know what? I'm not gonna be an asshole. We're gonna just do this right. Okay, so we got a little bit of news about Marvel's Avengers, which is funny because I didn't think we was going to get any kind of news at all. But the news that we did get is Cloning Labs testing is done. That means that they can roll it out when they're ready to roll it out. Slight Stardust, you kind of got privy to this news around the same time that I did, and it was an hilarious kind of situation for us. But
yeah,
give me your thoughts on. I mean, this is really funny, guys. I'm sorry to have to do this to Stardust. Now, Stardust does not cover Avengers anymore. He doesn't really speak about it at all. So I kind of just threw him into the water with this. I apologize to y'all because this is funny to me. So.
This is a good time. Well, no, see, the beauty of not covering Avengers anymore, right, is that you don't want to get the benefits of covering Marvel's Avengers. So you can say what you want without fear of, like consequences, or not consequences, but lack of like benefits with the company and stuff like that. So let's get this out the way very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you how we got this information. Can I do it? Can I do it?
I think he said he didn't want to. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, not the where we literally got it from, but
got you. Yeah, do your thing, please.
All right. So where it actually came from was a developer on Marvel's Avengers that has been known on Twitter.com to say that they don't really want to be a source for the game. Right? Not exact words, so let me just get that hands up. But they pretty much are saying, I'm not just about the job. Don't expect me on my personal channels to reveal anything about the game. Well, that's a lie. So this developer, won't name names, we're not a bullying stream, but they went into one of their friends' streams, right? Again, no names, and revealed that information. Now, it wasn't a dev stream, wasn't sponsored Avengers stream, was just a casual thing that he threw out there. And now he's probably going to go on Twitter tomorrow and be like, guys, why'd you keep asking me about my job? This is a private page. Excuse me. So... And I mean, first of all, right, you know what? I'm just going to say it. First of all, when you've got Avengers Dev in your stream titles, you're kind of advertising yourself as, this is my job, love me for it, right? But then you go and use that information to go and boost your mate's streaming views, right? Cool, but then don't moan about it on Twitter when people come and ask you basic ass questions, or if people are wondering why it's taking you 7,300 years to do a character that's apparently been in the works since before launch. What are you doing, bro? Like, you know what? Cloning Labs, you've just finished Cloning Labs playtesting. What happened to 2 years ago then? What were you doing? Playtesting Cloning Labs now? What happened 2 years ago then? Were you guys just looking at the preview image going, yeah, it's pretty all right, yes. I mean, from the little screenshot we saw of Cloning Labs, it's in Utah anyway. The intro is the exact same. So was the new team just like a cloning labs? What's this? Is this something the old team left for us? And you just open the chest like, wow, no way. A mission we can use. Finally, we don't have to dev as much. Guys, come on. Like, good for you guys. You managed to playtest a character that has moves from Black Widow and Captain America. Proud of you guys. Do you not play your own game? Why don't you just play those two characters? Like... And then Cloning Labs, you've had 2 years to play through it. What do you mean? Anyway, so that was my thoughts.
I'm
really warm after that. I got real hot and bothered doing that.
Q Chaos Kitty, how are you this evening?
Well, first of all, it's always nice to get like official information, for everyone that's not as deep into the game as we are and to all the channels. Then, yeah, I guess a couple of people were actually happy about it, But
I bet he was. The viewers would be. That's all I'm saying. Sorry. Carry on.
But yeah, I only know about this because I also know people, because if I look at the official channels like the Avengers Twitter, all I've seen is skins.
Yeah, they don't post it on the official channels. Like,
yeah, it's it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, the Thor skin they showed was really fire. I give them that much. It was really good, but I'm not playing the game, so I don't care about the news they put out. It's like, give me something to play, and then we can talk skins, but not the other way around, please.
What do you mean talk skins? When Winter Soldier comes out, he's going to have 4 recolors in his challenge card and 1 skin drop. And then maybe, just maybe, MCU 3 weeks after his launch, and then they won't make a skin for him ever again. Isn't that right, Jane Foster?
I think we'll get the MCU skin like the week after he releases. But that's it. Yeah. But other than that, you're good, because obviously 3 weeks after, that's Christmas time. They're not working there. They're not releasing skins then.
It won't feel any different than now. Their Christmas breaks all year round.
Cute Chaos Kitty, how are you feeling about them being done testing with cloning labs?
Well, I guess they have to be done testing at some point to give it out to us to, test it for real then.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep it real here, because every content they dropped after War for Wakanda, it wasn't a lot, but every time the game breaks. I mean, the raid still doesn't work. What do I expect from cloning labs? Nothing, really.
Can you even play cloning labs? You have a 175 hero?
Not yet.
So you can't QR it. What do you mean? You can't make sure it's quality if you haven't got the character.
They need to get me some like content that gets me to 175. That's not the raid, and not the silly events, because a lot of the events still require me to play missions with other people.
Honestly, if I was someone in this community, I wouldn't worry. Anyway, Kyle's probably 175 on all his characters, so.
Oh yeah. He definitely is.
He's ready for cloning labs.
Wow. I can't even right now. I'm actually not happy. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie and be like, I'm excited that they're done with cloning labs. I'm happy for them. That's a good thing, you know what I mean, for their game, because it's just closer to them actually being able to release it at the time they said they would, which is the end of the year, which they have until the 31st of December, y'all. So we're at least getting it before the 31st of December at this point. It's a good thing for them. I don't know if I'm going to play Cloning Labs. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm really not that interested in it at this point in the game. Like I'm sunk into Gotham Knights. I'm sunk into God of War 2018. Then I'm going straight into Ragnarok right after that. There's freaking Midnight Suns coming out in December. Like, you know, my dude Stardust right now is trying to platinum Sonic.
I've already done it. I did it earlier. Like I'm got no choice now. I best reinstall. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, bro. Can't be doing that.
But I'm looking forward to at least getting Bucky to 150, you know, that one day at least, you know, just to check it out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say looking forward to, but I will at least get Bucky to 150, and you know, when he drops, I'll say that much.
I feel like
before the end of the year.
I feel like there's an elephant in the room, right? And I feel like I haven't addressed that elephant yet. Even though I've said a lot, I've gone through the whole zoo, but I've not gotten to the elephant yet, right? And let's talk about how embarrassing it is that they've only just managed to release the one mission they advertised 2+ years ago, and it's not even out yet. And they've just finished playtesting it. The mission was revealed the day of launch, I believe, at the War Table, right? Now, that's embarrassing, right? Let's just be honest. Let's just be straight up about it, right? Do you know what that's like? That's like turning in your homework assignment 2 years late and you're not even in school anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's like going up to the teacher and being like, Miss, listen, I know I'm in college now, but here's the homework that I missed 2 years. Everyone's moved on, bro. It's a different class.
That's what, yeah, yeah.
It's like the teacher. It's not even the same teacher.
You got a whole new professor.
It's a whole new classroom. What are you doing? Like, but you know, and at that point, so I said on Twitter ages ago, right? And I said, by the time, like, I genuinely believe, this was just me, that Cloning Labs feels like such a weight on them that just reuse bits and pieces elsewhere. Just get rid of the mission. Right, it's causing that much hassle, and it's clearly a huge detriment on the game's reputation because everyone's going to remember the 2-year mission, right? That it took to come out. It's one of the biggest curses with this game. Only one of them. I said straight to the main honcho himself, I won't name names again, that you should just scrap it, right? And I got so much hate that day on Twitter. You guys wait until Cloning Labs comes out after 2 years and it's still a buggy shit show, and I'm going to retweet that tweet. That it should have been axed. Watch what happens, bro. My Twitter's going to be blowing up, verification or not.
Man.
I don't know. You know, by the time that happens, everyone will be all over Midnight Suns. So Avengers on Twitter will be like the small little corner.
Don't say that. I only have need to do something.
Man, let me look up Avengers right now. Let me see what Avengers is doing right at this second. I'm just being curious. There's as many. Actually, we have more people in our stream than the damn.
Oh, I know what you were gonna say. Oh no! How many people are here? Actually, hold on. Let me have a look.
We've got 42 people here right now,
and there's not. Oh,
it's no. Their top viewer right now. I'm not even. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyways, that's hard, bro. God dang it.
Let's just clarify. We're not taking the mick out of the creators. We're taking the mick out of the impact that the game has on social media. Let's just clear that up.
Yeah, it's becoming what people who we used to get into it with said that it is. You know what I mean? Like it's becoming that, and I don't want to say it's a dead game, but golly, bro, like
it's pretty dead. Pretty dead.
I mean, the numbers I see on Steam are still pretty much the same which they were at the beginning of the year. So,
but see, that's the difference. Worse. People playing the game and people viewing the game is a different thing. As far as players, I don't know what Xbox and PlayStation are holding up against right now. I don't know what the numbers are looking like. I know when I go into directories as far as Facebook gaming, as far as Twitch gaming, as far as YouTube gaming, there is no one watching people play that game right now at all. And that's pretty that's crazy.
I think that's a mixture of two things, though. So I will say that Destiny's most highest viewership is when people are racing for raids. I think looter service sort of games are always like, besides PvP stuff in Destiny, are kind of like a bit to watch because they're obviously a lot of menus, a lot of looking at pieces, a lot of stuff like that. Problem is, Avengers is also really boring in general. So you're mixing. You're mixing looking at looking at the UI and stuff with also like game breaking bugs and people on photo mode, then it's kind of it is what it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the game also. I mean, it's over 2 years old now, and
it
has seen a very long content drought ever since War for Wakanda came out.
You know
so
what?
It's
Let's give it its props. Let's give it its props. It is. You got to look at it like that. That is definitely a 2-year-old game. You know what I mean? With not a lot of content in it. It's still a beautiful game. It still was fun to play. It still has some of the coolest combat. So let's give it its props for at least what it is. It's a 2-year-old game that still got a little bit of heartbeat left to it. So I'll give it that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll give it that. Sure.
Does anyone ever feel like so I understand we have gotten content since then, but does anyone ever feel like from War for Wakanda to now it just has felt like nothing has happened? Like
it's kind of been the case.
Yeah, so you mix in the little bits of content they've dropped because it's not got that big push for advertisement and a lot there in the bundle. It just feels like nothing has happened since War for Wakanda, and that's why I think a lot of people feel the droughts as well. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't roast it that time. That was really difficult.
Nah, you're right. Like after War for Wakanda, War for Wakanda was such a big push for the game too. You remember how they had all of the voice actors coming in, and there was every day they were showing stuff. Look, these are new chests. They were actually, it seems like spending time and money on the game at that point. And I don't think it yielded what they wanted it to yield because it's kind of been. I mean, what has happened since War for Wakanda? Literally, we've got Jane, the Monica mission. Is that it?
Content-wise, surely not.
We've got to have something else, right? What else is there? That's it, isn't it?
Chat, can you help us out?
Yes, please help us out, chat.
We got some older missions too when they revamped.
Yeah, that's true.
150 and the whole onboarding.
Oh, the
process.
raid.
They put in some minor missions.
War for Wakanda. I mean, that's still a part of War for Wakanda. The raid is Claw. Claw is in.
No, I'm not talking about the raid. I'm talking about the little missions, the little war zones. We got some future wasteland missions.
Oh yeah, we got an update to the. Yeah, we did. They filled out. We got Taskmaster again. Is what we got. You're right.
Yeah, which were basically like old missions, which they scrapped before. They just polished them up a little bit and then gave us what they had. It's basically like the introduction to cloning labs. What do we have lying around that we can still finish up really quickly to add a little bit, and that's it.
So the best thing about that Taskmaster mission is the fact it's RNG to actually get the future Taskmaster, because when I played it, every so often I'd just get the normal one. Sometimes I get no audio. Sometimes I get the full thing they intended, which isn't exactly any better than the other two versions. And then it's just crazy. Anyway, it's I can't believe they even messed that up, but I've just been a hater.
Yes, indeed. What's good with it? Who cares? Dang. So what we've got pretty much, we got the updated. They turned the future wastelands from brown to kind of greenish. Put some missions in there because it was just 2 missions at one point. So they put some missions in there. We got the heroic update or whatnot, which is pretty much bringing us back to us before they nerfed everybody. So that's, I guess they gave us something back with that. Spider-Man came with Wakanda, so I don't really count Spider-Man because he came with the raid and all of that same day. Jane, the Monica mission.
If we're talking about like
content, for real content, not skins.
So Jane was clone, right? Pretty much. so I'm not saying don't count her. I'm just saying it's kind of like tips the line a little bit. You know, you're on the line with that one. Whereas No Rest for the Wicked, it wasn't a copy, but it wasn't
no mission.
It wasn't a boss fight too.
No,
it wasn't no mission because we got Monica and also Monica. You know.
Yeah.
New villain added to the game. Also, Monica Rappuccini.
I still give him props for that. I laughed.
God, that's horrible. Okay, I mean, well, so I guess we're just ungrateful human beings because that seems like some content to me, to be honest with you. It's not content that we wanted, so I guess that's what we're arguing. Not arguing.
Actually, we are ungrateful because we got all that for free.
When you say all that,
pay for it.
That sounds like a lot.
My story wasn't finished when I bought the game full price, but the story wasn't finished. So I don't consider that for free. I consider that being delayed, like a mug.
That's a good point.
Because the story, like I'm done with Gotham Knights. I get to play it as different people, but that story is complete. It's a complete story. I'm done with it. Like, and I love it. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like where's the rest of it? You know what I mean? Yes, they're getting more stuff in and they're adding more stuff, but I don't feel like the story is incomplete. Like I
feel like people forget that, with all due respect, that like when the advertisement for it was a branching story, live service, so everything that comes out for free, that's their fault. That's not our fault for not liking it or thinking that's kind of shit. Like, people pay for the skins, people pay for, stuff like that. Like, it's their fault. You know what I mean? Like, if I sit there, so I played No Rest for the Wicked, right? Hated it. Thought it was a waste of time. I couldn't believe I spent 9 minutes on that. and then like, I obviously had a lot of, people sort of coming at me like, just sort of, a very negative way to way, Kitty said it, of like, should be grateful we got something like after this long, a 9-minute mission, guys. Like, we did, when they said live service, they meant like it was a service that was alive. We're not talking about, you're getting your service 6 months at a time. Like,
I honestly don't think this was supposed to end up like this, bro. I think this was supposed to be like a Destiny Fortnite type of situation where we're steadily getting stuff. We're steadily, moving forward in the story. Like, yes, Destiny is a long story, but it's steadily moving forward. Witch Queen. We've got, Telestalo or whatever the hell are y'all talking about on Twitter about y'all always have something to talk about. And you know what? Bring on the damn Destiny dad, since he's here and we're talking about damn Destiny. How you doing, J. Coon Prime? You've been sitting in the back this whole Avengers conversation. So we talking about Destiny a little bit, I guess. It kind of branched off into it. You the dang on Destiny dad. So you can join the damn conversation. But anyways, like I'm saying, with Destiny, it's always moving forward. And I think that's what Avengers was supposed to do. But
I think that was the initial game plan.
Yeah, it got stuck after Kate Bishop, if we're keeping it real. They got stuck then because Hawkeye was supposed to come out like boom right after that. And he took, I think he was pushed out to the next year, actually, because he was supposed to come out that December. I don't think we got Kate until almost December or something like that. And we didn't get Hawkeye till like freaking March, bro, like of 2021.
Just
I think
real
the
quick.
only thing you can.
Oh, sorry, Jacob.
No,
sorry, you go. No,
you
go.
Ahead.
I
insist.
Okay, I'm sorry. So there's two things that I can kind of speak on now because I don't talk about I'm not in the game space anymore, really. I'm still part of the community, but I'm not like in it.
We're not Illuminati anymore.
No, pretty much. So I was actually speaking to a dev that used to work there a while back, right? Who was there at the launch. He was one of the launch team people, right? So he was there right at the start. And let me tell you, it was a shit show. All right, let's talk about this a little bit. So they're literally their words to me were, it was Marvel's Destiny with like a quarter of the team size Bungie has, right? Which already just sounds impossible, right? So let's get that. And then two, whenever this individual wanted to do stuff for the benefit of the game, right? I can't go into too much detail because obviously, some people will be stalking the jobs in that, but they would always come down and say that the big wigs of the company and be like, listen here, can you get IDOS to do it? Or it ain't happening. All right. So this person had to get money out of their own pocket in order to fund some of the things they wanted to do. And a lot of it was the backbone of the online stuff, right? In general. So that, I mean, the actual live service element, which is what they were pitching to everyone, was a very like, can we get IDOS to do it? Can we outsource it? If not, you're on your own. Sorry, mate, I'm off. Like, they were already hemorrhaging money before the game even released. Like, and we know why. I mean, we saw the budget, right? The budget was insane. And everyone was like, it's because of the voice actors. It's not. It's because they just didn't know what to do with it.
I didn't know that, Stardust.
I mean, it's not, it's not great. I mean, I feel sorry for the person, but it is what it is. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of this comparison to Destiny, and a lot of people are saying it in the chat as well. Like, Bungie works on Destiny, and that is essentially it. Anything that works on in the background is exactly that. It's background. Where with stuff like Square Enix and Avengers, this is more like an Anthem situation than anything else, where they did have an initial game plan with it. It didn't hit the mark that they wanted. So more and more people start getting taken off the team and put on other projects that are going to be deemed more profitable. The same thing happened to Anthem. Anthem had this big, wide, sprawling game plan. Over half of it wasn't delivered on launch. So they started coming up with contingencies. Half the stuff that was promised never came. They promised an entire revamp of the game in general. And all these people that were working on Anthem got pulled over to another team. And the B team was essentially left working on Anthem. And every single time they would come over and like, hey, this doesn't work. We need to do this or that and the other. It was an absolute dice roll as to whether or not that person would return to the Anthem team at all or get reassigned with something else simply because they spoke up. And then the next person would come in and like, hey, we need to do this, that, and the other. And we're not sure how this is going to work out if you want to keep this project going. And then BioWare is over in the background just going, A team, A team, A team. I guess I'll go back over here now. And then Anthem just slowly bled to death because of it. Because the game company as a whole just deemed it not profitable. And I see the exact same thing happening to Avengers.
I think another thing as well that confuses me, and this is kind of like something that just baffles my brain, is that for a long time, we were kind of expected to believe that a lot of Crystal Dynamics failures, right, to communicate, to market things, lied on Marvel talking to them, lied on to Square and stuff, people like that. But we've seen from Tomb Raider community and stuff, it's a CD thing. It was never a Marvel thing. It was. I mean, obviously a bit of Square, probably Square, clearly annoying partners, but I don't think this was anything other than just CD, not knowing where to put people, right? We hear it behind the scenes all the time where like, oh, well, this person was here, right? And like, so Doom can attest to this. We're having a guess where people are. We're like, all right, so they're there now. Now they're over there. What do they do now? Oh, are they here still? No. Oh, they left? Oh, right. Okay. It's very confusing. Yes. Whereas, like, you've got Midnight Suns doing Deadpool DLC marketing, which was fantastic. I got a little picture. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Marvel Snap doing They literally brought Samuel Jackson in to be Nick Fury. That's insane.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like, and you know, Avengers can't even do a tweet about content leading up to it. Like, yeah, you're mad. What are we doing here? And I don't, and that's obviously not a Marvel thing. It doesn't take going to Marvel being like, guys, can we put on Twitter that we just finished playtesting Cloning Labs? That's not a thing. And if it
I guarantee
is,
you Marvel's entire stake in the entire thing is, hey, can we make a game? Yeah, okay.
yeah,
And
I
that's
mean,
it.
I totally believe that. So I remember Alex once. I can't remember if it was in just a Discord or just a normal conversation on one of the streams. I completely understand when they say we need to go to Marvel about gear names and stuff because they are pretty picky on the names of stuff. You don't want to have, like, I don't know, Spider-Man have gear that may sound associated to like a character that isn't in the game or isn't Spider-Man related, right? You don't want claws on Spider-Man, for example. Right. But
you want that
everything,
Fortnite.
Yeah, everything else, like I'm struggling to understand how a simple tweet of "good news, guys, we just finished the playtesting stuff." Goody. People can get excited over that. I just think it's I hate to use this word, but I do think it's a bit of laziness. I just do. Like,
I don't know what it is, bro. Like I have no clue. I don't want to call anybody lazy or call anybody a name at all because I don't know what their day-to-day in their 9 to 5 is. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to assume something is something that isn't. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just say communication has been crap since War for Wakanda, literally. That was the last true. Yeah, true. But we'll just say since War for Wakanda because of how good the communication was during that time. Everything since then has been pretty bad. And I would just, as a former consumer of the game and would buy skins and promote and literally hold a weekly show to promote and get people to play this damn game, just a little bit better communication would be nice. You know, I don't want to talk trash. I don't know what you guys got going on, but talk to us. We just want to know, literally. It could be bad news. Look, hey, Cloning Labs test was great, but there's giant black balls like when we dropped War for Wakanda, so it might be delayed. At least that's something. You know what I mean? Right now, it's just on my homeboy stream. Yo, we tested Cloning Labs.
It's favoritism. That's what it is. I mean, if you guys remember, like, again, so try to not name names, but if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. There was a blog ages ago where the devs were going through their Black Panther builds, and if you remember, the very same developer that didn't leak it, but just like announced that information on their mate's stream, also promoted their mate's build. It's a bit of juicy favoritism, and all I'm saying is I'm not ready to pucker up, and I don't think a lot of other creators are ready to pucker up to get that kind of attention. And the fact that, you know what? Okay, the fact you have an entire group chat on Discord full of content creators, and even content creators outside of that group.
That's not, hold on, bro. That is not what I said, homeboy. What I said was we are working on the Cloning Labs, or we just got finished the Cloning Labs or whatnot, and there's a mistake in the damn Cloning Labs like there was with War for Wakanda, and that's what's happening, and it got delayed, yada, yada, yada. I didn't say at least we work, but don't come at me crazy, bro. Literally, I just be chilling. I don't disrespect nobody, bro. Like, chill, homeboy. Go ahead, sir.
No worries, man. So if I said, oh no, where was I? No, my brain. Wait. Someone. Oh yeah, here we go. I got it. So there's even content creators outside of that Illuminati Discord, right? Doom, Pewter, Kitty, everyone else, like, who are willing to like give you this feedback, you know, everything else, but they just don't seem to listen. Instead, you want to just have like little bitch fights in the general. Do you know, like, just what's going on over there? Like, it just seems to be like a lot of, at least one of the devs, right? Let's talk about that. At least one of the devs sees this entire group chat, but there's only one or two that are lit up in this little bubble, that are like golden, that are like they do just enough lick arsery for me to like them more. All right. And that's bad. You can't do that. That's not a way forward. All right. You got to treat all of them equally. You got to tell them everything. There is no reason that that information should have gone in that stream and not in that Discord. For everyone to all benefit from it. What is that about?
I mean, at this point, I don't know, bro. I don't know now. I was trying to find some icing on that cake for you, bro. I can't though. Like that to me makes no sense. At least for I digress. Anybody else want to try to chime in on that? Because I digress hard as hell on that one, sir.
I will say straight up, there's a lot of stuff when it comes to Avengers that I'm glad that even though like I was there day one of the OGs, that thankfully just flew right by me. So the only thing I can really say is, as far as communication goes, it was never fantastic, but it got even worse the moment Andy left for Capcom. Shoutouts to Street Fighter 6. But I have said it before. I will say it again. I am always in the corner of Marvel's Avengers. If it comes swinging back and just becomes one of the most awesome live service games of all time, I'll be right there at the front of the row, ready to play it again. Until then, I'll play a game that does actually make it worth my time.
I like it.
Here's another interesting little behind the scenes tidbit about sort of communication in general, right? So a good few months ago now, okay, not naming names again. This developer that did work on the game, they're not going to get in trouble for it. They didn't say anything that was like
nothing confidential.
Bad. Yeah, nothing crazy. But they joined Allfather's Discord, right? He used to have a Discord where some of the devs would come in, and he was always drunk, right off the bat. But he was working at the time as well when he was in these Discord calls, right? I can't say what he does, but it was very important. And this was the same. So I asked this person, I said, in fact, no, we were all talking about air takedowns, right? And this individual said, nah, it's just not possible with our game. Do you want to know what this was before? When Spider-Man came out. This was before Spider-Man. And it was a he, I slipped up, but I'll say it, was working on Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man has air take.
So I don't get it either. And then, right, to add that fuel to the fire, let's just say that Allfather tried to make that place a little safe haven for some developers, some controversial ones.
Right.
And let's just say we never heard from them. They joined and swiftly left.
They really did. It was actually a cool spot for them. I used to hang out there every now and then. Never said much of anything, but I don't know. Let's stop talking about devs for a second and talk about on-time release real fast before we move on to Gotham Knights, then to God of War. They're seeming to have an on-time release. Again, that release is extended to the 31st of December. So they've got literally a full another month to go before they drop anything. Do you, Stardust, think that we'll get it before the 31st of December? And if that, do you think we'll get it before the 31st of December? Go ahead, bro.
So I do think we'll get it before, but I always thought that they would realize that like maybe it's a bit too much for them. So I feel like we're going to get an announcement. This is a genuine thing where they're like, right, we can't release both at the same time, right? One thing's taking longer than the other. So we're going to release this, I don't know, whatever. And then we're going to release the next thing early next year, right? So maybe Bucky, then Labs later, or Labs, then Bucky later, one of the two. Ideally, Bucky first, because then people can level him up. I don't think they're coming at the same time, to be honest.
Wow. Okay. J. Kuhn, what do you got?
I wouldn't be surprised if the whole thing got pushed next year, because anytime I see a release date of December 31st, that's usually just a placeholder that if they do it, great. If not, well, it's just a placeholder.
Well, I mean, they don't. I guess when we say December 31st, they say by the end of the year or something like that. I think that's what it is. It's by the end of the year. So to me, the end of the year is December 31st. So they have until that. So.
And you would be absolutely right in that, but I am very much a person, and we'll touch on it when we get to Gotham Knights. If you got to delay it, delay it. I don't care. I'll occupy myself in the meantime. Bring it out functional. Don't just rush to bring it out to meet a deadline. If it's got to take more time in the oven, then keep it in the oven.
That's what I see. Just let us know that it's going to be in the oven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't mind if it cooks. Like, just let it cook.
Let it savor. Let it savor. QCast Kitty, on time release date. By the 31st or sooner.
Okay, here's several scenarios how this will go down, and I think Star was pretty good with it, like it being split releases. So they released Bucky first because they realized they need more time to fix cloning labs because it's not working, and then push that into next year. But Bucky December, early December, I think is very, very possible. But at the same time, I also see them just dropping it all at once, early December, then go on Christmas break, like they did with the raid, because they don't care. We could always fix it next year when we're all back and people are still playing our game for whatever reason.
Buy some skins.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We dropped the patch and we have like 3-4 skins in the pipeline that just release every week without us doing something. That's all good. That's prepared content, and then when we get back in January, we can still fix it when it's out. That's how it goes.
I'm still going with a mid-December, like literally the week that they go on break. I think is the week that the cloning labs in Bucky is going to drop, which I think I'm not sure, but I think is mid-December, which is around between the 14th and 17th or something like that. Let's look at dates and see if those are Tuesdays or Thursdays. You heard me? Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Let me check out some dates real fast.
I don't think they're prepared at all for the backlash that's going to happen if Cloning Labs releases Buggy. Like, even if it's essentially a
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Even if it's essentially like a totally different mission, even though it's still Cloning Labs. So if it comes out and it's broken, people are gonna be like 2 years, 2 years, like and they will rightfully get a bit of shit, and then they're gonna go on break so they don't have to hear it till they get back. Be like, oh, fine, I'll open up the emails, like.
I don't know, dude. Like that whole splitting it up just starting to sound like it makes so much more sense now, and it doesn't make sense, but it sounds like it makes sense for CD at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like fudge, bro. Like how can 2 years? We've been waiting on Cloning Labs for 2 years. Been waiting on Bucky. How long ago did they announce Bucky? Was that like 3 or 4 months ago?
That was in August, pretty much like. All right, like a week or two after Jane. Let me have a look. Because it'll be there. I won't distract from the combo, but I'm gonna have a gander.
Well, while you're looking it up, somebody just mentioned that they can't believe Bucky is going to be dealing with AIM and and Hydra not involved at all. And we can actually discuss that. I did a video about that his backstory is actually pretty weak. I like the him and Natasha dating portion because that's kind of from the comic books, you know what I mean? He kind of mess around in the comics, but for one, they're pretty much saying that Bucky, that the American government did to Bucky what
the 18th of August, by the way, just really quick. 18th.
That's when that was, God, dude. That was like a week after my birthday, bro. And yeah, and that was a long time ago. But let's talk about this backstory real quick. Mm-hmm. They're basically saying that the U.S. government chopped his arm off, gave him an arm, metal arm, gave him super soldier stuff, yada yada yada, and froze him and had him doing all kind of bad stuff. Now that makes no sense to me, as he said he worked with Steve. Now, if Steve is still his partner, his homeboy, and he knows what happened to him, do you think Steve will be walking around calling himself Captain America, knowing that his buddy has been chopped up, brainwashed, taken everything taken away from him, as he says in his own biography? You know what I'm saying? Like, does that backstory even make sense to you? Like, seriously, just think about that.
Well, no. No. Like, as soon as Cap finds out about everything that happened, he'd rip the stars and stripes off himself.
That's what I'm
saying.
Be
Nomad Steve Rogers. Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's weird. It's very odd as well that like he's going to be associated with AIM rather than Hydra. Like, that's a real big retcon. Not retcon because it's their universe, but like it is a bit of a change, right? And we've seen him. And the thing that bothers me so much about this universe when it comes to heroes is like, I get AIM's such a big presence, but it makes the universe feel so small,
so tight. One person is literally controlling every villain in their universe right now. There's one person. Monica Rappaccini is the ultimate. She's pretty much Thanos, bro. Like, she's unstoppable. Like, you can't kill her. How many times have we fought? We didn't fought Monica in the Cosmic Cube. We didn't fought Monica at the end of the damn game. We didn't fought Monica and also Monica Rappaccini in so many missions, bro. I'm just like, damn. Like, what the hell? Like, is she Superman? Like, how we've whipped your ass 1 billion times, and you still here controlling every damn body. Like, you controlling MODOK, you controlling Taskmaster, you controlling what's the little one dude? He only came in one for Wakanda, and that was it.
Crossbones.
You're controlling Crossbones. You're controlling Like, damn.
Man, the new mission would have taken longer than 8 minutes.
We have so much experience beating Monica. That's why it took so little time.
No.
How long has this been in their universe? Like, how long have they been fighting? Has it been 2 years too? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or is this like a few months for them?
Just wait until we get to the end of the storyline where we realize it's all just a Danger Room simulation and we've actually been X-Men all the time.
Could you imagine if they actually pull off it was just a dream?
I can.
And here I thought I was going to be cheeky and say it's only been a week and a half in their time.
Monica's the Wicked Witch of the West and shit. Come on, man. Gotta get you and your dog too, Turtle. Come on, man.
I think
it's been Agatha all along.
When it just makes the universe feel so small. And I get it, like there's a whole different power scale when you go up into space or you go into different areas. But like we have a Quinjet. Why are we not seeing like other characters just in general? Like, and you don't have to make them playable straight away. Like, can I not just see different Marvel characters? Do you know what I mean? Like, you put Captain Marvel on a poster and we still don't have her yet. You could have done more of that. Like, that's fine. You know, one thing I'll say is that Future Revolution, I mean, they had like a bunch of characters you could speak to, not playable yet, like Moon Knight and characters like that, but still cool, still interesting. Maybe one day we'll get to play as them. It's just, man, it's AIM's world. Like when they go, is it just what's then? What's after that? Like who are the Avengers for?
They've made it to where AIM can. You know when AIM should have went was at the end of the game when we defeated MODOK and whatnot, and we did the next mission, and it was the take Avengers back or whatever, or Avengers Strike Back or whatnot. That should have been the end of AIM. Them dragging that out literally killed the game because you can't. What else can you do? They are everywhere. They are in every aspect of the game. They are built into that. That's the game. The game is freaking AIM, bro. Like, it's not even a game. It's an AIM. You know what I mean? Like,
how is the public still okay with AIM as well, by the way? Like, the end of the game should have been, the end of the game should have been enough to be like, guys, they're the bad ones, right? The Avengers are back. Yippee! You know, like, what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they built them too deep into the game when it's no game. It's only AIM. It's only AIM, bro. Like, that's it. You go to Wakanda, AIM. There's still, I mean,
Claw hired by AIM, even though he
Seriously,
wants
bro?
vibranium himself. So why did he need to be hired by AIM, even though he hates Wakanda and wants vibranium? He's got a story there already, guys. Why did he need to be hired by AIM? And then Claw hires Crossbones, who was hired by AIM.
AIM. They brought Taskmaster back to life, and guess who he's hired by? AIM. Come on, man.
Abomination
They
works
even
for
wrapped
AIM.
up Maestro, who's 30,000 years in the damn future. You know who he's wrapped up in with? AIM.
Monica
bro.
Rappaccini and AIM.
on. Monica Rappaccini was wrong. I will prove her right. What? What?
Who are we fighting in the future wastelands? AIM. They made it. They all made it still. We'll end up going into space, and on the spaceships there'll be AIM bots with helmets on, like space helmets on. There'll be like the beekeepers and stuff with the Thanos will be hired by AIM. I was hired by Monica Rappaccini to find all the Infinity Stones. Alongside me, the Black Order, also hired by AIM. The money was given to me by AIM to hire the Black Order.
Like, oh, they should have they could have killed her off during the Cosmic Cube and literally just killed her off. Let Ultron come in and control all of the AIM bots, and I'd have been happy with that. I'm just tired of Monica Rappaccini, bro. Like,
reality is often disappointing.
Dormammu hired by me. Monica Rappaccini jumps into the dark dimension, gives a tenner over to Dormammu. Here, go take out the Avengers.
Dude, somebody said hella hired by. I'm done with y'all in this chat. Yo.
Ragnarok caused by
Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings made by AIM.
Shang-Chi and the 10 AIMs. We're gonna have 10 AIM companies at the same time.
Huh?
Galactus hired by AIM.
I'm so crazy, girl. I know you love me. Crazy?
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Your daughter hired by AIM.
My daughter hired by AIM to come. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Monica Rappaccini works.
We're talking too much smack, you know?
I'm done.
That's crazy.
I'm
Galactus
done.
hired by AIM.
I'm done.
We need you to eat this world so we can inherit multiple others. We're going to jump into the Guardians of the Galaxy games next.
Bro.
Black Panther AIM forever.
Bro. Shang-Chi and the 10 AIM, you was a fool. Oh my God. I can't right now, bro. Gotham Knights, people. Let's talk Gotham Knights, then we're gonna bring Fezzi in for some God of War. For God. I'm so done right now. Y'all need Jesus, bro.
The Court of AIM. The League of AIM.
Oh God. Spring, talk to these people.
Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the
Hey guys, it's Spring. Sit back and relax, you are now rocking with the best. So why don't you look your best by rocking your very own Fire Trash t-shirt. Where to get it, you might ask? Go to financialfelons.com and use code DOOM for 15% off. Support your favorite team and look fly doing it. Take a picture in your shirt and send it to us at doomsquad_DSG on Twitter, and we will be sure to shout you out. I'll be looking forward to seeing your swag. Don't forget, use code DOOM at checkout for your 15% off. See you soon and let the good times roll.
Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash.
Oh, y'all are killing me with these comments right now.
Black Adam, the new hierarchy of AIM universe, hired by AIM.
God, Thor loving AIM really sent me though, dude. That was it.
Loving AIM.
Oh God. New update for Gotham Knights, stopping people from crashing on PC. Are you still crashing like crazy on PC, Jacob?
I never had much of a crash issue
Oh.
until I started playing Robin. I will keep it a buck. Since completing Robin and just patrol grinding Batgirl, I have not touched the game because I am at my wit's end with it.
Oh no, what happened?
A
I'm
14
sorry.
gigabyte patch should not make the game run worse.
Oh damn.
Sounds like an aim problem.
So-
Sounds like something we should talk to Monica about.
Oh god, I don't think we gonna ever leave Monica alone at this point.
No, like I don't know what that 14 gigabyte patch did, but ever since then, you can run the game at medium to high settings now, which yay. Frame rate's still tanking to like 25 and below in certain areas. Most notably Financial District near the Iceberg Lounge, docks in South Gotham, literally anywhere in the Industrial District. And then for some reason, the intersection between Old Gotham leading over to Arkham Asylum, if there's a crime there, get ready to fight in like Adobe slideshow because it's dropping down to 5 frames a second.
What the hell?
The moment you step away from that intersection, it'll go back to normal. And then it made everybody's hair look like it was made out of steel wool. It completely ruined everybody's hair. Hairgate 2.0 incoming. It made all the character models look unfinished. And it's something that apparently everybody across the board on the PC version of the game is like, yeah, ever since that update, like the character models look like shit.
What the hell?
So the fact that I've pretty much I've got an unkillable build on pretty much all 4 characters, there's nothing left for me there until they give me something new or they fix it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about new because the Heroic Assault is coming out, which has a lot more in it. I'm sorry, Stardust. There's no Starro in it. There's no Starro.
I have to defend myself a little bit with this one,
No,
right?
no, you don't.
I do. I promise. I promise. So, oh no, I don't. Oh no, because I don't want W. Never mind. I don't because I don't want to say it and then like maybe WB. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't want to get you in trouble.
Gotcha. Yeah, don't defend yourself. Then it's cool. We're gonna go slide right past it. But it does have some cool stuff in it, like the replayable villains at higher power levels. And I think don't quote me on this portion of it, but I think someone says there is a new level cap that's coming out in that same patch. So I think we'll be able to go up to 50 from 40, which I mean, that's cool, you dig? I mean, more grinding, so
But like with new skills or like what?
My question would be to what benefit?
I don't know. Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's why I said don't quote me. I don't know. Because are all of the skill like the power levels, the secret skills and stuff like that, all of those things, all of those positions on your remotes and whatnot filled?
Yeah. If you do everything in the game, you fill out the entire skill tree. Right. So like if you're increases the level cap, to what end? Are you giving us new skills?
Or modifications to existing skills?
Oh, yeah. Modifications to exist. Probably modifications to existing skills is what I would think.
Like if they do that, fine. If not, then why?
The only reason I could
the power level.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of a reason to do the level cap is like, so people who don't want to 100% it, which I mean skill issue, but you know, like you were able to do it through just normal grinding now, rather than like, okay, I have to go pick up all the, I don't know what they're called, the Astoria quarter of page of things
Oh,
to
the
get a skill
Strigati
point
thing,
and different stuff like that. Stat increase, yeah, possibly. But like if like Jay Kuhn said, like killable build, but if you grind out the end of the game, do 100% and you get all the skill points anyway, you're gonna have a pretty top tier build because by then you're gonna know the very limited gear pool and you're gonna be pretty all right. So doing a stat increase would kind of make you too powerful, which means heroic assault.
They're supposed to be coming in more powerful anyway. Is what's supposed to happen in this next update. We're supposed to God.
I mean, the only thing this is kind of striking me as is like if they're gonna do like a power level increase, okay, that's one thing because like Destiny does the same thing. Like character level hasn't mattered in Destiny for literally years at this point. It's all about power level. So if you're going to increase the gear, then okay, increase the power level. Okay, please give us some new perks. That way I don't have to run TKO heal on everything. Fantastic. But yeah, there's got to be some means to an end if they're going to increase the character level. That doesn't make sense to me, especially on a game that's not live service.
Yeah, true. How y'all feeling about the replayable villain and the whole heroic assault as a whole? Anyway, we'll start with you, Kitty, because you haven't really talked too much about Gotham Knights. So,
I'm very interested and curious. I love the villain fights much more than in Avengers. You know, the regular villains. There's actually some mechanics. There's actually some mechanics to them. Even if they're simple, but it was enjoyable fights, and I still love doing them when I get a new game plus and I play through all the villain sectors again, just because the fights were cool. And I want to experience them again. If I can do that in Heroic Assault, super. Gimme.
Yeah. Especially with being able to do it with 4 people, that's gonna actually be pretty damn awesome. I think, you know what I mean. If those villain fights allow you to have the 4-player co-op, because I don't know if that's the actual case as well, but it would be cool if it was. You know what I mean. And that was something that back in a few weekly wraps ago before the game even dropped, was hoping that would possibly be able to be implemented, and they implemented that. So hopefully they can implement that as well. Jake on Prime, are you not enjoying the replay ability of what we have as far as Gotham Knights right now? Like, you don't like taking your, I think you said you like Nightwing out of everybody else as far as being the best character. You don't like
Nightwing and Red Hood, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, taking that super speeded Nightwing and going run through that again, hitting up. You know, like you didn't have all of those abilities the first time you fought Clayface. You know what I mean? When you're going through the story, going through it again on hard or max, danger level or whatnot, and using all of those abilities. Is that not anything that you enjoy, like a Spider-Man replay or something like that? You know what I mean?
I could see myself enjoying it more if the game was running properly.
For you,
because like I'm not super biased on that type of deal. Like the game in and of itself was fantastic. Like I love the story. I love the characters. My gripe has always been on the stability part of things. And if they finally get that under control, then like my fun factor in this game will probably very easily go from a 4 to an 11. Although I will say this, and I only say this as constructive criticism. We all heard the horrible news just the other day. And in tribute, I played Arkham Knight again at work.
We definitely, we're talking about Gotham Knights right now. We gotta put
I hate to say it, Arkham Knight does look better.
It is what it is. I've not played Arkham Knights. So.
And I'm only saying that because I want Gotham Knights to look every bit as good as Arkham Knight does, and it's possible for it to happen.
I have to say, my Arkham Knight looks way worse than Gotham Knights. It also runs worse than Gotham Knights. Although I have to agree with Jay Kuhn, these slideshow frame drops, those I have experienced with the new patch. Everything else, no more frame drops for me.
You may need to talk
max settings.
That's kind of something I'm worried about with Heroic Assault, is that like 2-player co-op on like a PlayStation 5 for me anyway, it struggles. It does. It has its moments, but it has its moments where it's fine, and it has its moments where it's bad. Where it is literally like a slideshow. So 4 players in what I imagine won't be an open space, kind of a condensed area where it's all like particle effects from all the statuses you've got on the gear and the enemy attacks, and you're doing like maybe 2 people doing team takedowns at the same time. Ooh, they didn't give themselves a long time to optimize that. Let's just say that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so done with this chat, bro. They have not stopped. Oh my god.
They could be sisters. They don't look too different from each other, to be fair. Like,
bro, they all look like Laura Croft, man.
that's true. That is true. Yeah, I thought that. I thought there's a very suspicious Lara Croft in Talia as well. I thought, don't tell me they got involved.
Bro, that's her sister. Aim in the talents, bro.
WB Montreal hired Crystal Dynamics, which was hired by AIM.
You said the quarter AIM.
The court of AIM. The voice of AIM.
I knew that was coming. I can't. I'm dying.
Jacob. Wait, I was gonna say Jacob came. But then I realized...
Oh god. Jacob A.
Jacob came.
Hey man went.
Oh god. I don't even know where we are right now in it. I don't know.
Avengers is so fun to bully.
Bro.
Oh yeah, Battle Heroic Assault. Aim Wing was my favorite character to play in this game.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Heroic Assault as long as it works. That's pretty much just where I am right now.
I think, you know what, bro? Like they've been working over. You got to give WB their props.
Absolutely, they have been on top of things 100%. They're communicating and like, hey, we got another patch coming. Hey, it's coming to PC this time. They're on top of it. They just need to stay on top of it.
Yeah, but I think they will. Is what I'm saying. I think they will, bro. Like the communication with them has just been too good. It's been really great from their execs to the community managers to the damn voice actors, bro. Like they just communicate and they want people to enjoy the game. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just be like, you know what? Y'all say y'all gonna fix it. Y'all think it's gonna work on the 29th, no delays. Let's get it. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at a Heroic Assault. I'm actually looking forward to playing it. So yes, indeed.
I don't like making comparisons, right? Which is a lie. I do. But
you thrive on it,
but like the thing is even if I didn't like Gotham Knights, I would be almost forced to root for them because they're so friendly. The dev team are really nice.
So nice.
There's voice speak. Like I literally did a tweet about not even Gotham Knights related, and a few of the Warner WB Montreal devs were liking it. I was like, thanks, guys. Like one of the guys that did the I feel so rude. I can't remember what his role was. I know his name was Mike. Liked my boxing tweet the other day, and I was like, thanks. That's so nice. Aim Killer HD. That's crazy. It's never happening. You won't be able to kill Aim. But like Aim Ambassador. DSG Ambassador.
Fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, like it genuinely feels like they're genuinely interested in communicating with everyone. Like, and it feels really nice. Makes me want to root for him, Aim Hood. I mean, he is aiming, like that is kind of his thing, you know, they got in there somewhere. But it definitely feels like, you know, they want to communicate, they want to be active in the community. It's really nice. And I think that, you know, in reverse to the A game, right? They don't seem to. I don't think they like us all that much. So and you kind of feel it. Like obviously, you know, look. All I'm saying is, if Doom wants to run something in Gotham Knights, it'll probably take an at. If he wants to do something with the A game, it takes a whole. That's all I'm saying. All right. So that kind of tells you about community stuff, right? And they're still working on the game, so you can't say, "Oh yeah, but wait, they're busy making the game." Okay, so is WB Montreal, and they're very active. So it takes 5 minutes to use Twitter, guys. It's not
even with it currently on fire.
Yeah.
I can't with y'all in these comments, bro. Rob Aim is my man. I
dream. That sounds kind of like some sort of weird medication. Hydrame.
Oh God. Okay, y'all. My head is okay. This wrap up. I don't know if I need to do small wrap ups like this no more, because y'all, for real, my stomach is okay.
Dim seat's about to be all brown from just like a liquid shit.
Dude, I'm so happy, man. Seriously.
Deep breaths.
Wow. Deep.
Push.
No pushing. No
push. See the head.
I'm not turtlenecking, bro. I'm not turtlenecking. Okay.
Ask someone to bring the bucket.
How do we even get here? Okay. So 29th of November. Not even tentatively. I was about to say tentatively because I'm so used to dealing with the A game. But they've literally, it's announced, y'all, the 29th of November. We're getting the heroic assault. Chat, talk to me in the chat because y'all are killing me. No, actually, don't talk to me in the chat right now. Excitement level for heroic assault coming out on the 29th. I'm gonna start with you, Stardust. 1 to 10, bro. Give me your number and why.
I think I'm gonna go with a 9. I mean, I love the cool game so much that I kind of shield for it. I can wear rose tinted glasses for it, so I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, the reason I haven't given it just a full 10, like let's do it right now, is because I am a little bit nervous about like the community's reaction to it, right? If it ain't great, if it's reused from another mission, if it's mega hives essentially, if it's frame rate at like 2 because there's like too many people in at once, like if it's you see what I'm saying, like that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the uproar. But if it ends up going well, if I have a fun time, bunch of me mates get involved, we end up smashing out an heroic assault, they got good gear, so you want to run through it, cool. If it's just a hive with no reason to play it, I mean, that's a shame. That's a shame.
I'm gonna save you for last on this one, Jacob. He was ready, guys. He was so ready.
You actually just kissed the tip and said April Fool's there. That's crazy. This man's got bluer balls and Avatar Way of the Water right now.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong here.
1 to 10 excitement level for a heroic assault, and your number and why. Oh God.
I'm gonna go with a 9. Would be a 10 if I already had 3 other people to play it with. Gotta be honest. I'm still trying to find the people. I have Suki, so that's a start. Jay Kuhn, yeah, you were on the list.
Looking for you know what?
None of us on PC. I mean, come on.
Ikaranza is on PC. Check him out. Don't forget about Ikaranza.
All right, yeah, he got it too. Yeah. All right, it's a 10 now.
There you go.
But mostly because I also have to squeeze it in because December 2nd is Midnight Suns, and that's gonna eat up all my time for a while. So I got to make those couple days count.
I hear that. J-Cone Prime. You know the question. I'm ready for the answer, sir.
If it works, 8. 8. Solid 8. And it's only getting that because I have bigger fish to fry at the moment. If it don't, where's that uninstall button?
No, that is
No!
Oh gosh. All right, let's talk about God of War, guys. Y'all have God of Aim.
You know,
Somebody already
you knew it was going to happen. I was actually just about to say, wait for the comment, but
I guess I shouldn't say, boy, that aim.
All right, holla at the homie real quick. Spring talk to these people, and it's not about aim.
FinancialFelons.com is where you can find the latest and exclusive DSG gear, from Fire or Trash, Excelsior Now, DSG Team Gear, and more. That's www.financialfelons.com. Make sure to use code DOOM for 15% off. That's code DOOM for 15% off. This is your DSG brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Jay Coon stole my joke. I was just halfway through typing it. I went use C, and I was about to put ode aim, and then I saw use code aim. I was like, fuck. And I deleted it.
Damn, what am I?
Shame. That's pain. That's pain.
Oh
You beat me
my
to the punch all the other times. Let me have one.
Okay, fair.
Cass, I think you missed the initial. Dude, this chat.
Oh, we went through all that. Like,
bro. Boy, aim is a.
What a shame.
Bro, oh my god.
oh no.
Aim God. Okay. All right.
It's just the Bifrost is just a yellow glow.
oh, Cassie, he been the whole show, so you crying with us already, bro. Already.
Oh dear.
Oh God. Okay, God of War, actually. Oh, God of War. Oh, where is Fez? Fez is actually supposed to be here. He just finished the actual story and was like wanting to give some non-spoilers. So I give my experience with God of War. I literally shout out to the homie Brock Solid, aka Pro Lobes. It's his birthday today. He's the one who actually like really convinced me to go play God of War 2018. He was like, you gotta play 2018 before you play 2022 or whatever. And I'm like, why do I need to play this one first? He was like, it's an epic story, and this is part 2 of it. I'm like, okay, man, this game is so damn good. It is really, you feel like Thor from Marvel's Avengers off top. So if y'all some Thor mains, y'all really gonna like God of War if you have not played it yet. It is fire. Like you got this axe that it reminds you of Mjolnir. You can throw it. You can. It's fire. It's fire. And then you got the little guy that's running around. Boy, you got boy Atreus, a boy. He's running around shooting people with light arrows. And man, that's the part where I'm at. Light arrows and throwing hammers. That's where I'm at with it right now. And it is such a beautiful thing. You're going through the 9 realms. I've met a the world serpent. I've met a blue and a white dwarf, and they be beefing with each other. It's crazy. It's like an amazing story. I know Kitty calls it God of Mid, but so far it is fire to me. Are you into God of War at all, Mr. Slight Stardust?
So I've played the first one about twice now, because the first time I enjoyed it, but something at the end was just like I left it sort of feeling like, you know, like I can it was like a 7 for me, not because it was bad, but because I just left it not doing a lot, right? I kind of sped through it in the end because it was just a bit too long. So I played it again, and I kind of like, and I was trying to do everything. Like, I was trying to appreciate everything. So I was going for all unlockables. I was doing everything, and then I just found myself kind of just being like, it's just not for me. Like I feel like. But I know the story, right? So after looking at all the Ragnarok stuff, them getting into like, you know, I don't know. I'd not checked the marketing out at all, so I don't want to like. We all know Thor, right? Yeah, cool. I mean, you got the hammer in the collector's edition, so he's obviously all right. You know, characters like that, proper like Norse mythology, and pretty accurate as well to like the characterization of those people, right? Because normally they're looked at in other media as heroic and, you know, like brave, but here Thor's chunky and an arsehole. You know what I mean? Which is exactly what he is. That is Thor. Like Marvel's kind of not tainted, but they changed the kind of perspective of how Thor is actually in Norse mythology. So for that alone, I really want it because I love Norse mythology. But I mean, because I like the gameplay, I liked everything else. I think it was just, it wasn't great. I didn't have a sort of fun time really exploring it as much. So maybe this will be different because of the characters and stuff. I know the story, so it's not like I'll be lost. So I will get Ragnarok, but I'm not gonna like dip into the emergency fund to get it. So I think it's like half and half. Do you like it? Like, what your feelings? I don't know yet, really.
I can concur with what he says a little bit, because exploring the world after you've done like maybe like 3 or 4 different side missions and the wonder of look how pretty everything is kind of wears off. A lot of the side missions is a lot of the same stuff over and over. It's padding. It's there to find loot, find gear, so on and so forth. What drives the side missions is the dialogue between the characters. That honestly kind of makes you put the gameplay almost on autopilot, and you're more focused on what the characters are saying. At least I was, because that's where some of the funniest shit shows up. Like Atreus, like, you should write all this down, Mimir being just ahead. He was like, oh, I tried, but halfway through my jaw starts hurting. And it's like, that's the shit that you live for in God of War. So like, I get what he's saying.
I think that's kind of an issue for me, is that as someone who's like a very much like, I can't sit still, man. A video game's got to be going for it for me to like. You all right, Doom?
No,
okay?
I'm not. I want you to finish what you're saying though.
Okay, as someone who's like really struggles with just like sitting in one place and getting really into a game, the thing is during those slow elements in God of War, where like the characters are having a dialogue, in order for me to stay really into it, you've got to hook me. And the problem is with God of War, and my experience of not playing the previous ones, is that I am not super into the characters yet to already be having this expedition when they're, slow and talking. So I'm kind of out of it already, right? So when you get into the late game and you do it and it becomes very important, and that's the bit that's meant to real hook you, I'm kind of out of it, right? And I think that I can appreciate people saying Ragnarok will definitely change your mind because it's like kind of crazy, and I'm all for that, and I'm ready to be changed in the head. But yeah, I think the first God of War just didn't appeal to me just because of the way I am as a person. Nothing to do with the game itself.
And that's fair.
Kitty, you want to? Oh, before, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. Let's just get this out the way. Not even get it out the way, because this is something that I wanted to do 20 minutes ago and we got sidetracked. But big love to this man right here, Mr. Kevin Conroy, the Batman himself. You know what I'm saying? He passed away, and I just wanted to, like, everybody just to, your favorite Batman, Kevin Conroy, seeing if you got one or something like that. Just speak some love into the air for Kevin Conroy and the fans. You know what I mean?
I don't want to go first because I've spoken a lot.
Go first, Stardust. It's fine.
Okay. I love the clip that goes around quite a bit of I think it's Justice League Action, I want to say, where they're doing the good cop, bad cop, and Superman wants to be the bad cop, but he's really bad at it because he's Superman, right? But so then Batman comes in and he's like, I got you coffee, it's great, right? And Deadshot thinks he's like poisoned it, and then he brings out a donut and he's like, what have you done? And like, Batman's being so creepily nice, which is obviously not very Batman like. Deadshot's like, no, please, I want to talk, just get him out of here. Like, Superman slamming a door so hard that like the protective glass shattering, and like literally he is a man that could murder Deadshot with a single flick of his hand, but he's not like that. Whereas Batman coming in being friendly is so scary to him, and I loved it. I thought that is so fun, and that was probably one of my favorite things I've seen.
Yes, indeed. J. Coon Prime.
I have way too many to list, so I'll give my top 3. Obviously, The Killing Joke. the final bit right at the end between him and Mark Hamill will forever stand out. His interaction with Troy Baker in Arkham Knight when he figures out the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd is also absolutely fantastic. As well as the interactions between him and Joker at the end of Arkham Knight as well. Literally the entirety of the Batman animated series. But if I had to pick one, the Batman-Superman Adventures, Superman meets Batman for the first time. And he's, Bruce Wayne, you peaked.
Yeah.
And then he just holds up a little baggie with a single bit of kryptonite in it. And Superman's just like, doesn't take much, does it? And that is hands down my favorite Kevin Conroy moment ever.
Right.
All right. I don't have a Kevin Conroy moment because obviously I watched everything of the Batman animated series dubbed. I played the Arkham games dubbed, which I actually had the privilege at least to get in Arkham Knight, like all the movie actors from the Dark Knight trilogy and the German voices. So that was kind of cool. But just seeing how much he meant to so many people these last days, that really shows what impact he had with the work he did. And I think that's amazing.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I don't have a specific moment either. It's just, it's one of the moments from the Justice League animated series where Batman himself is just like, everybody's scared to show their real identities, and Batman is just like, that's Wally West, that's Clark Kent, Diana Prince. I was just like, bro, he was just like so nonchalant with it. He's like, I'm Bruce Wayne. We need to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, he's not. That's some real Batman-ish right there. And being voiced by Kevin Conroy at that time, it was perfect. He's Batman to us. You know what I mean? Like when. It was so crazy because I watched the new what is it called? Young Justice, and Kevin Conroy is not Batman. And when that Batman first spoke, I was like, who is this dude?
That is my second favorite Batman. I keep forgetting the guy's name, but he played Captain or General Christopher Pike in the new Star Trek movies with Chris Pine. Like he does a great job because he's Batman in my favorite Batman movie, which is Under the Red Hood.
Oh, I got you. But to me, I've never heard him before. You know what I mean? I was like, who the hell is that? And why doesn't he sound like Batman? You know what I mean? So like I had to get used to it. That's how that's how Kevin Conroy, that's how much he has meant to any Batman fan. Or I'm not even really like a super Batman fan, but that is just the definition of Batman to most Americans. You know what I mean? That is our Batman. So when someone else is playing Batman and it doesn't sound like Kevin Conroy, or they're not even trying to attempt to sound like Kevin Conroy, it's like, who the hell are you? And why do you sound like this, good sir? That's not.
They won't even try to. They won't even try to tread on Kevin because his voice was just so iconic. And Bruce Greenwood even said that in an interview of like, nobody's going to be able to sound like Kevin ever. The rest of us are just trying our best.
I want to.
Go ahead.
I do want to highlight a video where I don't have a link at the moment, so that's really annoying. But for anyone who maybe knows where this is and can link it, there's one where Kevin's doing an interview. Can't remember where it's from, but it is on Twitter somewhere, and it talks about he's feeding at like a homeless shelter, I think. Like he's doing the food at a homeless shelter, and someone recognizes his voice, right? Of course, and everyone and they're like, "Are you Batman?" and he's like, "Oh God." But then, so like he comes out and he's like, guys, guess who's making us dinner? It's Batman. And obviously everyone's looking at him like, what are you about? Like, how is that? And then he does the, I am vengeance. I am the nut from the kitchen when no one can see him. And they're like, yo, and it is so, and the guy, the other one who's doing the food with him, comes up and like, how does it feel to be Santa Claus? Because you have just made everyone's life by doing what you just did right there. Like they have literally come from the cold streets, and they have just now been made dinner by the Batman. That is crazy. It's crazy. Just it's so beautiful.
I remember seeing interviews back in the day because like my dad is an enormous Batman fan, even to the point that like when I was younger for Halloween, like I would dress up like whatever. He'd walk around as Batman and was very convincing of it as well. But there were interviews with Kevin Conroy where like he had to start limiting appearances and what he did and type of stuff because his very voice had become a trademark. So like certain things of like, oh, I left a funny voicemail on my neighbor's answering machine about how Batman had her tied up in the bedroom and she'll get back to you later. He got in trouble for that shit. And he was like, but it's my voice. And he was like, yeah, but you're Batman. No.
Bro. Bro,
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. That's actually super crazy.
if I may, can I tell one story about my dad and Batman?
Sure.
Okay. So I was like 6 or 7 years old. So we're riding right off the coattails of like the original Michael Keaton Batman Returns, stuff like that. So like he's in the full Batman gear and everything. And I think I dressed up like the Flash because the original live action series was out at the time. We were walking down the street, heading back to my house after Halloween, trick-or-treating and all that type of stuff. And this little kid comes walking up and he's dressed as the Joker. And my dad, being the guy that he is, like, he was like, okay, let's get a photo. And like, we'll play fight and that type of stuff. He starts walking towards the kid and walks underneath this street light. And this perfect gust of wind just billows out the cape. The kid dropped his candy and immediately turned around and ran full speed to his mom, screaming, "He's real!"
I love that so much. That is so cool.
That is fire.
That's hilarious.
I mean, even when I was growing up, and the Arkham Asylum first come out, that was one of my first sort of superhero games that I got proper into. Back when I had an Xbox, before I was a Sony pony, and just hearing him, as the Batman. This before I knew what his name was, right? So it's just Batman, don't know the voice actor, just playing this game for the first time. I was like, my God, he sounds so like menacing, everything he does. And he sounds exactly like he knows what he's doing. Because that's the thing with Batman's voice is like, obviously it's more experienced Bruce in Asylum and Night and City and stuff. So he has to have like this voice of like, I know what I'm doing pretty much all the time. And I feel like he does that to such perfection where he can give different tones to that, but every time Batman sounds like he's in control. And I think that's incredible. I think that being able to do that and be like, have that different range of emotions of, oh my God, no, yeah, oh no, not that, but still be like, oh no. No way. Just be like, I am in control of this situation. It's just amazing. I really loved it. And when I heard, when I started watching more Batman stuff, and I was like, that voice sounds really familiar. I was like, damn, this guy didn't just do like the Arkham stuff. He's in the animated series. He was in the Justice League stuff. Like, I think someone said on Twitter, he's done like 60 performances as Batman or along that. Like that's correct. I mean, Batman, like he is the voice of Batman, just like how I see Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker, right? Yep. And that was that I saw the tweet from Mark Hamill that broke my heart, man. Some of the retweets were like the Joker lost his Batman and stuff. I was like, oh, that's pain.
Man, I don't have any cool stories like that. I liked Kevin Conroy because he was the definition. He
For
is the
sure.
definition. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do three things at once. He's the definition of Batman. I kind of think y'all knew what I was talking about, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
No worries.
Let's get back to Ragnarok though. This God of War. We're gonna bring in Fezzi's nerdy life because he, like I said, just finished the campaign. I have not started that campaign. I'm still twerking through 2018. I have the campaign sitting there waiting for me to get into it next, but Stardust, I suggest that you go ahead and get into it, y'all. Get into it, y'all. Q Chaos Kitty, are you even going to dabble in God of War Ragnarok? I know you was not a fan of 2018. You called it God of Mid last week, and you had people coming for your neck.
I'm still gonna call it God of Mid.
Mhm.
And before I get into why, because I still want to go back to what you said earlier, that he's all like Thor, and he has this axe that behaves like Mjolnir, and that axe is actually called Stormbreaker, you know? So it's basically is Thor. But no, it's when I say it's God of Mid, it's doesn't mean it's a bad game or anything, because to me, when I say mid, it's basically average. It's not bad, but it's also not like tremendously good. It's not outstanding or anything.
Mhm.
And a German gaming magazine once said how they rate games. We have this scale from 1 to 100, and they said a game that's in the 70s is usually really good for its genre, and everyone who likes the genre it's in should play that game because it's good. They will like it, and that's how I see God of War. If I like the genre, I will like the game. But at the same time, whatever I've seen from God of War so far, it's not really a game to me. It's like a story or a movie I just play through. You know, I experience it, and then at some point it's over and I move on. So yeah, there's not a lot of in-depth gameplay mechanics. It's mostly just story I get to enjoy. And it's a really good story, but you know, it just lacks game to me.
Gotcha. I think that's what Star was saying as well. He wants to play the game, and the game.
Yeah, I think that's a
be
really
the
good way.
experience.
Yeah. I think that like if you give me the game first, and then because the boulder fight was great, but then after that it really slows down because it's trying to teach you stuff, right? But if you give me the gameplay first, and then we get into the reason we're doing all of this, I think my attention is instantly piqued. And the boulder thing kind of did that, but then it just sort of halted really quick, and we got into real basic tutorial stuff. And I think that's kind of where I zoned out a little bit. Hi, Fez. Sorry.
Hello.
What's good with it, Beard? How you doing, my dude?
What's going on?
Not much, man. I was telling the people that I have not touched Ragnarok yet. I'm still going through 2018 right now.
Okay.
I'm enjoying. It's a beautiful thing. I'm loving it. Like I can't wait to continue this experience so I can get to the next experience. You know what I mean? You just did that. I kind of left your stream because I didn't want any spoilers. I'm trying to get it myself. So, but like, can you, without spoiling it for the people, just tell the folks what you experienced? What was your experience like? I should say.
Well, being a big fan of Norse mythology, we know the original God of War games, that was all Greek mythology. Playing through 2018, that was a big thing for me. Like, oh man, we're set inside Norse land. We're going to see all sorts of Easter eggs, little things, big things, and all that. And 2018 delivered on all those fronts. Then Ragnarok takes that concept and just completely blows it up. It's kind of the same way how in God of War 2 and 3, you saw way more of the Pantheon and way more of all the inner workings of Olympus and what Zeus does and all that. And, here you get to go and see much more of Norse legend. They talk about Ragnarok throughout the game, and I eat that all up. Plus the representation of Thor in there, like that's Thor, baby, and a bunch of other characters like that. They just go and do it so well. So I had a lot of fun. Gameplay wise, they do take what they did in 2018 and it's way more refined, way more polished, and they go and they add some layers on top. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? 2018 was such a good delivery in how they want to go and do the God of War play style, and then Ragnarok just like blows it up. Way more inputs, way more stuff going on. There were many times in the game where I was like, oh man, I'm just playing too simple-minded, right? Like I'm dying. I'm playing too simple-minded. I'm not using my whole kit. And at the end of the game, doing all the inputs and really getting all the combos down. Ooh, it was beautiful. lots of giggles for me. Like I had a blast. The ending was amazing. But yes, I'll talk about that another day.
Sounds good. J. Cone Prime, Mr. Thorhammer himself.
Oh, I need that Mjolnir. It's so nice.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Your experience from 2018 to Ragnarok.
Everything I hoped for and more. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off the podcast, I'm getting on my stream and more.
Yes,
indeed. Or have you finished Ragnarok yet? Or are you like going?
I am taking my time,
exploring everything, huh?
Yeah, 100% playthrough. Because combat-wise, it is a little milquetoast at first, but God of War combat tends to evolve the more you level up. The most soulful, frustrating, and literally tear-inducing, but triumphant experience ever was going one-on-one against Sigrun, the Queen of the Valkyries, on the hardest difficulty in God of War 2018. And I already know a fight like that is coming. I'm getting ready.
I have no clue what you're talking about. So
I don't know. I don't know anything.
I can't wait to get there. Like I said, the homie Brock Solid again. Happy birthday, Brock Brewer Art Pro Logos. He got me really. And he was adamant that I played 2018. He was like, I know that there's a prologue in the Ragnarok one. Forget that prologue.
You gotta
go play the whole thing. Go experience it. And I'm actually happy I did that because I'm not even at Ragnarok yet, and I'm overjoyed by the story of the game. I like story-driven games. That's what made me like Avengers so much. The story of that game is actually pretty good for the first 8 hours, and then the rest is. It's like this story right here. Like I was confused at first. Like I'm like, okay, why do I got this crazy Leviathan axe? What is this thing about? Then you learn that God, this was his wife's weapon. Actually, he didn't even use this. This was, you know what I mean? And learning about her and. Little boy, you know what I mean? Rocking with little boy, and he tries to act so hard, like boy, you not let something happen on tree. Boy, where are you? You okay? Oh, okay, all right. So like that emotion, he tries to act so tough, and when he really loves the hell out of his son, and son doesn't know it. You know what I mean? He's just like. My dad's mean as hell and always trying to teach me stuff, but you dig it is what it is. And just watching you, and we get to see, Kratos from a different light than his son gets to see it. And we could see that he actually loves and cares about his son. So I guess the story of them two bonding and whatnot is fire to me. Like I don't know. I love it, y'all. It's a great game. It's a good story, and I'm playing it on easy. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not streaming this. I'm playing it for the enjoyment. So I got easy mode. You know what I mean? Because I want to know about this story. Like I'm like, wow, how did this dude look? Why does he look ashy like this? Why does what is this red tattoo on his head? And
I want to learn. Do you actually know the significance of that?
I was told. I wish I wasn't told, but I kind of want
to. They'll touch on it again later in 2018.
They'll briefly touch on it, but they will not explain in 2018 why he looks the way that he does.
It's
So-
intense. That means you got to go and play through the first 3 games too.
Yeah.
Get the
So
full...
would you just like to know now, because it will save you having to play through?
Oh, I
games.
know why it is. Brad broke it down to me.
I'd
Okay.
like to know. Can you break it down for me, please? Because I
Okay, go ahead then. If y'all
Okay, very
spoilers, go.
Yeah, spoilers from PS2 games, by the way.
Right, PS2 games. So it's
just in case you're planning to play them.
Yeah. Long story short, Kratos looks the way that he does because he was a Spartan general that was about to die and swore servitude to Ares. Ares sent him on a rampage throughout the land, leading to a small little village that he massacred, only to find out that the last people he slaughtered were his wife and daughter. And he did not realize it was them until it was already over.
Mm-hmm.
As a curse and penance for his sin, the gods branded his skin with the ashes of his wife and daughter, therefore giving him the name the Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah, messed up.
Yeah,
so messed
That's
up.
metal as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
those games were intense, man.
this man covered in the ashes of it. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So
is the paint just because of like
that was a tattoo that he put on his face? Kratos has a brother by the name of Deimos.
Right.
The Greek gods were afraid of a prophecy that the Greek god pantheon would be undone by a scarred Spartan. They thought it was Deimos and took him, and then they just kind of like backhanded child Kratos like he was no thing. So as he trained and got older, got more powerful, he branded himself with the exact same mark his brother had.
I like that. That's really that's sort of sick, you know. Might have to give it another look in.
So the gods picking the wrong kid actually ushered in their own demise.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I did watch some God of War. I want to say 3 stuff where like Zeus. I don't know the context, but Zeus has like this woman in his arms, like in his hand, like literally just picks her up. Like that, and Kratos is just like, Zeus, like just proper yelling and stuff. It's kind of crazy, and then like just this.
That was Pandora.
Who that?
Pandora's box.
Oh, Pandora's box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
She was the key to Pandora's box.
Oh damn!
Pandora is the key to Pandora's box, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you just like she just puts her head in the keyhole and twists her neck,
something like that. No, but yeah, Zeus kind of figured out that like Pandora's box would eventually be his undoing, so he went to destroy the key, which was the girl, which sent Kratos off on a tear, which caused a fight between him and Kratos that like rivals most Super Bowls. So like.
Man, see the Super Bowls. Well,
because
guys,
I played God of War 3 for a little. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead, continue, please.
Oh, I played God of War 3, the remastered one, for a little bit. I got like so. I did the beginning bit with the giant troll-looking things, and then I got all the way to.
We know you at least got to Aphrodite.
Cleopatra. Yeah, I mean Aphrodite, not Cleopatra.
We know you got that far.
Yeah, I remember doing that bit, and I think I stopped shortly after that. Maybe my brain couldn't handle it, and then
or your hand.
That's no. I know. Honestly, I remember nothing about the story, which is kind of bad. That I remember that quick time event, but remember none of the story.
That's a shame story.
I remember failing it on purpose to see if she'd give me a comment about how bad I was, and she didn't disappoint. So I did, though, apparently.
Yeah, if you fail the quick time event, Aphrodite will actually mock your in-bed abilities.
Love the games.
Yeah.
Is that not technically like, you know what, I'm not even going to make that joke because I was going to be like, does that not technically make it like a threesome? Because he's got, never mind.
We're going to start with J. Coon Prime. So far, if you're playing through God of War Ragnarok, what would you give the game's rating out of 1 through 10, good sir?
9.5, only because in the previews they showed Angerboder, I'm not going to say how that scenario plays out, but the scenario where you meet her is so slow. But everything else was a 10 out of 10.
Sweet. Fez's Nerdy Life, who's actually finished the game. What would you rank it, bro?
I'll definitely go 10 out of 10. I mean, I've actually played most of the games of the year contenders this year. Yeah, definitely Ragnarok was my best overall enjoyment playthrough. Story, gameplay, all that, just a great time. So
question for you
game
then.
of the year, definitely.
I got a question for you. If God of War is your game of the year, what would be your runner-up?
See, I haven't played Elden Ring. That's everyone says those are the two that are gonna fight. I haven't played it, so I have no opinion there. I really loved Horizon Forbidden West. That's one of the other contenders. That, the gameplay was great there. I'm gonna lead towards another crowd in a Plague Tale Requiem.
Stray.
Yes. Oh, geez. Some people have said Stray, and it's like, really? Like 2 hours of gameplay? Like, come on. But Plague Tale Requiem, the story in there just like rivaled these other games, definitely. And the gameplay in there was a lot of fun. Not as big as Horizon or God of War, but definitely up there, and it's in the talk. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets nominated too. So that'll be my pick for a runner-up out of the ones that I played,
Kitty, are you even going to touch Ragnarok?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I usually don't touch games below an 80.
Hang on. Hang on
Well,
a minute.
a couple, yeah, but I'm good on those for a while.
I was like, we have been covering a game for the last 2 years, but anyway.
Everyone has a guilty pleasure.
Let's go with the key to Percy. Are you gonna grab it, Star?
Yeah, no, 100%. This boxing thing's coming up. I've had to get like all sorts of equipment for it, so like me getting Ragnarok is like not possible right now. But as soon as it's over, maybe I'll treat myself. But the Midnight Suns comes out shortly after. I don't know, man. My answer is I don't know.
Rough right now.
I managed to fit Frontiers in simply just because it's not like a super long game to even plat. So I was kind of enjoying that. Whereas this one, I feel like it's just no time in between the stuff that I want to play, to be honest, and everything else. It's crazy.
Fezzy, do you think there will be a next God of War game?
Well, no spoilers, but I mean, they go and set stuff up for more adventure, so we'll see.
What other pantheons of gods are left? I mean, all right, he already did the Greek people. Now he's messing with
Aztec. You can do Aztec,
right? There's all sorts of places on the planet that they could go to and deal with those gods. So like, it's certainly not over yet, but I'll leave it there. At least the DLC. I'll say that. At least the DLC.
Yeah, at least the DLC.
But
God,
come on, if Sony's into making money, they'll get another game out.
So the original concept of God of War 2018 was not him versus the Norse mythology. It was going to be him against the Egyptian mythology.
See, Egyptian mythology will be so good. What? So there's a lot left for them to do.
That was going to be the original game, was him in Egypt.
Okay. All right.
Some Moon Knight action in there. Let's go.
I was going to say Kratos versus Khonshu.
Yeah. Right. It could happen.
He just shoves Khonshu's own beak up his ass.
I'll show you the fist of Khonshu, and it just like.
But see, it's different with the Egyptian guys because they use conduits. You know what I mean? They don't really come here and really be, they'll just use
Kratos will find them.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Like they can literally
But that-
do a Moon Knight style versus Kratos style.
They
But
can.
what's kind of cool though about that in storyline purposes is they can really play on the fact of who can you trust, right? Because like a lot of this has been in 2018 at least, like Atreus was very trusting of people and Kratos was very against that. I haven't played this next one, so I ain't got a clue if that's addressed. But if it's not, or it is a bit, then in the next one with that, obviously that would really play on that theme, which is super interesting to me because it can be like, okay, which one's a conduit or stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Well, guys, it's wrap up the wrap up time. So I'm gonna need Mr. J. Coon Prime to put somebody on a motherfucking map, people.
Let's put my guy Mr. Fifth, FIF, on the map. He's currently grinding out, trying to do something in Modern Warfare 2.
Okay. Fezzy.
Well, I gotta put, of course, my dear love, Ristine Serenity. She doesn't get to go and stream and make content as much as she wants, but she is out there amongst the community playing loads of games all the time. So definitely hit her up and have a wonderful time. So
Yes, indeed. QKS Kitty, put somebody on the map.
This time I'm gonna put Johnny Rocker on the map because he's grinding all the goodness in Call of Duty, and he's in a very tight spot at the moment, so he can use some help.
Yes, indeed. Read out to my dude Johnny, man. Starters, put somebody on the map, bro.
I'm gonna put growing Twitch streamer Sadot the Gamer on the map. Now I don't know if they'll take. I'm not gonna say anything because we don't know how spiteful they can be, and I don't want Doom's stuff to get affected by it. But what happened was a joke. Follow Sadot on Twitch. I mean, if you guys have been on Twitter at all, you know the situation.
Yeah.
But we've seen people speak up before about, just this sort of stuff and be penalized for it. So I'm not going to do that to poor Doom. All right.
Thank you.
No worries, bro. They use any excuse, you know what I mean? But if you want to go over to Sadot's Twitch, follow him, send him. I'm sure you don't need my help. I'm sure he's all right. I'm sure he's well on his way. But it's pretty. It's just important to push that because obviously what happened wasn't fair. So that's what I'm going to shout Sadot, which is weird. It feels really weird to have to do that. But anyway, it's kind of cool.
It really does suck what happened to Sadat the Gamer, man. I've tried my behind the scenes things, and literally it's nothing that we can do aside from make noise about it. So y'all go show the man some love. He deserves it. He works hard. So it would be cool if y'all go show him some love. He's streaming literally God of War Ragnarok right now over on Twitch. Sadat the Gamer, look him up right now. That's what he's doing. But my person I'm putting on the map is everybody on the damn panel. Slice Starters, QKS Kitty, Fezzy's Nerdy Life, and J. Coon Prime. I thank all of y'all for coming through tonight. This was a awesome show. Y'all had me the chat. The chat is what I'm putting on the map. Because them angels had y'all had my stomach done. I could not with all the night. Y'all was so y'all were on it. We had to bring J. Coon in because y'all just wouldn't stop. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, because I'll totally scare him into stopping.
They still didn't though. It was just bro.
Yeah,
that'll totally work.
I would like to shout out Sadot the Aimer. Growing AIM streamer. Sponsored by AIM.
Video AIM streamer. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. All right. With all that said, thank you guys for tuning in from Fezzy to Taladia, all Kratos versus Jesus.
I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I'm saying Kratos just goes to the Bible.
Ambassador Spring Rose, Roderick Chad, that's a name. Who cares? Novel Flow, the Ghost of Sport. Oh wow, somebody changed their name to the Ghost of Sporter. That's gangster. Connor, Fate Walker. Whoa, what's good with the Fate? JDC, Bucky Barnes, so many of you guys, man. Thank y'all all. Misplaced. Thank y'all all for tuning in. And with all that said, laissez les bon temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. Peace out, people.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go! It's the weekly wrap-up where we give you the news. Break it down bite-sized so it's easier to consume. Discussing the hottest game that thought it was coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction. Live viewers call in. No cap conversation. We going